Do. Welcome, you spot monkeys, to a Thanksgiving Impact Wrestling. Alright, and I am thankful for TNA still being around and giving us fans what we want. Still moving forward, even though they keep on, having shit thrown at them and all the situation and all that bullshit, but they're still doing their thing, they're still moving forward, they're still around, and I'm very thankful for that. So thank you, TNA. And thank you, viewers, too, for those who have subscribed and watch my stuff each week. Thank you. Now, the show starts with Jeff Hardy coming out. Jeff Hardy says the things he is thankful for. He's had a vision that he needed to come out alone and fight whoever wants to fight. And then he talked to the seven deities, or God, that told him to come out, and what Jeff will do might get real bad, but he wants to invade Matt his memories. And then he challenges the DCC. DCC then appears on the screen and they say his brother is not there to help him. His creatures may chant his name, but it doesn't matter. We are not one, we are the many. We will destroy the broken obsolete. We will annihilate you later tonight in a no disqualification match. And then the DCC comes out. And they come out to basically fight Jeff Hardy. And Jeff Hardy, of course, couldn't really stand up to all three of them, but he still managed to walk out it alive, so to speak, with him grabbing the microphone and was like, obsolete, and the fans chanting, delete, obsolete, delete. So that was that first segment, and after that we had a Matt Hardy segment at the Hardy compound, which Matt Hardy calls his Thanksgiving the Thanksgiving ice cream social, because apparently he ain't no turkey. It's all about the tangerines, drinking lemon and ice cream. And then you had Senior Benjamin reading a fucking Playboy magazine. And that is so fucking TNA. That's completely TNA, because you won't see this shit in the WWE. Even with them not censoring or blurring the page, they won't do that. That's how PG that fucking show is. Like I said, TNA is catered to us adults, us hardcore fans. And after that we had a match, a triple threat Team X Gold match, and like I was saying, it's the same guys going at each other each time, but at this point it doesn't really matter, because it's all about the wrestling, and at least we get X Division action. So Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, Marshe Rocket with the team version against the team of Rockstar Spot Decay, DJC, Braxton Sutter, and Mandrews. It was a good match. Okay, everybody did their part. Abyss got himself ejected by using a tear on Mandrews. Mandrews then got eliminated due to a submission hold from Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve then got eliminated by Andrew Everett, who did a fucking awesome moonsault. That shit was so fucking high. And Trevor Lee got eliminated by Sutter doing his jumping flatliner, if that's what you want to call it. You had Marshe Rocket and Rockstar Spot working together for a while on, working on Sutter, but of course that escalated real quickly, and then Spot got eliminated by Marshe Rocket due to his Saito slam, which was really nice. And Marshe Rocket then got eliminated by Braxton Sutter with another flatline, which gave Sutter, Mandrews, and DJC the win. And of course I'm guessing Sutter is gonna get that title shot, which is good, someone new. So about right now at this point, I think Andrew Everett is the only one that still needs that one-on-one shot. They are really overlooking Andrew Everett, man. I mean, you could I've noticed that they are pushing Trevor Lee a lot more. They're focusing a little bit on Trevor Lee a lot more, but Andrew Everett, man, I mean, come on, that guy is way better than Trevor Lee. PWG people, I'm telling you, you gotta buy the DVD, you gotta watch the shows. You will see things you have never fucking seen in your life. That show is just it. And another thing that what makes this show so fucking awesome and fun is the fact that it's not censored. It's an uncensored fucking show. People cussing, chanting, whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? It's just like House of Hardcore, which is Tommy Dreamer, his fucking company. So obviously that is going to be uncensored as well. You also have people chanting whatever the fuck they want. It doesn't get censored. So, and that's my shit. That's what I like. You know what I mean? I don't like this whole censorship. If you're gonna censor a simple bullshit or just the normal basic stuff, then what the fuck? Then don't have them say it at all. You know what I mean? That's my problem I have. I mean, bullshit. Why do you have to censor that? You know, or even the word shit, just shit alone. But it was a good match. Then we had another Matt Hardy segment where Matt Hardy is basically busy cooking, setting up the table, the dinner, and then he mentioned the word obsolete, and all for a minute there it almost seemed like he remembered it. But then a referee came driving by, making a stop, and tells him that he wants to show him some videos. So then we had an in-ring segment with Mike Bennett, Maria, and Lauren Van Ness, and they invited Braxton Sutter as well. Each of them saying what they're thankful for, and then you had Ellie that also wanted to say a few things she was thankful for, but of course Maria cut her off. And then you had Lauren and Braxton Sutter kind of flirting a little bit, and then Ellie completely lost it. She said she had enough and all of this. Then Lauren got into her face with Ellie then grabbing a pie. Then instead of throwing it on Lauren, it got Maria instead. And the funniest guy in this segment was Mike Bennett. This guy, while all of that was happening, this guy keeps on eating, which is something I would do because I'm there for the fucking food. Hello. You know, but this guy is eating the potatoes or whatever he was eating, and then the pie, he wanted to lick Maria's face, and Maria also, of course, all pissed off and shit. But I didn't like how the segment ended because I was hoping for Lauren maybe attacking Ellie or something like that, but I'm guessing that will happen next week, where Maria will get her revenge on Ellie. So good segment, I enjoyed it. And then we had a promo for next week with Jade. She says next week is the main event, which is fucking awesome. A steel cage knockouts main event. Oh yes, I am all in, and I enjoy the women more than I do the men, to be honest, and not just because they're women. I just do. I like my women. Okay. She said next week is the main event, and it's gonna give a show we all came to see, and it's gonna be destroying Rosemary and walking out knocks out champion. If Jade walks out knocks out champion, I'm going to be okay with it because Jade is a good wrestler. If Rosemary walks out knocks out champion, I'm still going to be okay with it either way because she is good as well, and we at least get to have someone completely new holding the title. So, and I do believe Rosemary deserves it, you know, because ever since she has been with this decay thing, she hasn't really been in any matches, like literally involved in wrestling matches. So her being knockouts champion would actually do that. You know, she would have to face the women 101 or whatever. So then we had another Matt Hardy segment where referee is showing Matt Hardy the videos of him wrestling EC3 and winning the title, with Matt Hardy still not remembering anything. In fact, he doesn't even like it because it's too gruesome or shit. And then we had the match, shut up or put up or whatever you call it, Eli Drake against EC3, which was a really good match. This was a match for every wrestler. This was a Bobby Roode type of match. You know, Bobby Roode doesn't do all this jumping jack shit, but just his technician and his amateur wrestling and such, his grappling makes it good. Bobby Roode, you could compare Bobby Roode to Randy Orton. You know, guys that don't do all of that flip-flop and shit, but their wrestling is still good either way. And that is what this match was. It was long, it wasn't rushed. Eli Drake keeps on getting better. This was his second best showing ever since he had the first match with EC3, and he needs to keep on doing that. But ultimately EC3 got the win, obviously, so we won't hear any promos from Eli Drake for the whole month of December. I don't know how we are gonna put up with this, knowing that we like Eli Drake, his promo, and that Eli Drake, his talking is basically his best asset, so to speak. So we'll have to see, but I still think he's going to be able to talk. There always happens something, you know. Then we had another Matt Hardy segment. You know, even though TNA is shoving this thing too much down our throat, here's the thing. It's still an enjoyable storyline. The segments are still enjoyable. You don't get tired of them like the other company where the storylines barely don't make any sense or too dragging or too lackluster or stale. You know what I mean? And that's the difference, which is why it's for this time okay that they shove it down our throats. It doesn't bother me because I enjoy it. As long as I enjoy it, hey, no problem here. You know what I mean? Where Rebby hired a doctor or a hypnotizer to basically hypnotize Matt Hardy, and then he was like, doing the hypnotizing thing with the crystal, and then for a minute there he got back to his broken self, but then the doctor snapped his finger again, and then he got back normal. And I'm guessing that shouldn't be the case, because why would you snap your fingers again for him to go back to his normal self, and he already was back in his broken state? So, but I'm guessing the reason why he did it is to see if he would still be his broken self, which wasn't the case. So then we had another match, the Tribunal versus Shira teaming up with Ali. This was basic match. Nothing all too special happened. The Tribunal very aggressive. I like their aggressiveness, their aggression, and their aggressiveness. Al Snow, yeah, that's what he does. I'm amazed that how old is Al Snow? This guy gotta be at least 50 or at his 50s now, or mid 50 or mid 40 or 50 or something like that. But he's still in good shape. I'm guessing that's what the supplements does. I mean, if you use good supplements, you will be in a good state and be able to still lift weights and have a fit physique. So it's definitely the supplements. But the match ended up disqualified because the Tribunal was keep on being aggressive, disobeying the rules and all of that, which got them disqualified. I don't know what this whole thing is about. It's obviously a segment, but where it's leading to, I can't tell at this point. So it's basically just them feuding and having wrestling matches. Nothing interesting just yet. So I'm hoping to still see something really interesting out of this segment. And then we had the turkey suit challenge, which in a match like this, you already know what it's going to be like. A lot of goofiness. Robbie E versus Grado, which is why I won't ever be get into or believe this whole thing with Robbie E getting serious and all of that, because it just won't work. The guy is a comedic act. He's a good wrestler, but he's way too goofy, plays around too much. It's a comedic act. That's what he is. So it's going to be difficult for this guy to get a serious character, And obviously Grado is a likable guy, we honestly, many of us don't care if he isn't all that great of a wrestler, but the fact that he's just a fun, loving, likable guy and entertainer, which he really is, many of us, it doesn't bother us, and it doesn't bother me. I like Grado. But Robbie E got the win, which ended up with Grado wearing the turkey suit. At first he didn't like it, but then obviously he started dancing, cheering, loving the whole thing. So they could make Grado, they could give him a serious character though, but it would take a lot of work for this guy to go into that serious character, and for us to actually, really go into it. It's gonna be difficult for them to make it believable. The only guy it kind of worked right now is Tyrus, because remember in that fuckboy company, WWE, he was this dancer, and shit. But now he's in TNA and he's all badass, all of that. It worked with him, so I don't know. Then we had a promo for next week with Rosemary this time, where she said what she had to say. I couldn't really follow everything because it's also cryptic and so fucking hot at the same time. Then we had the main event, Bram versus Jeff Hardy, or in this case the entire DCC versus Jeff Hardy, because it's a no disqualification match. So you're already know that the two other ones are gonna be involved as well, which was the case. But Jeff Hardy was still able to, you know, stand up to all three of them, but with all three of them keep on coming at him, you know, it's a no-win contest. So Bram got the win. And as far as them challenging Jeff and Matt for the title, I'm guessing it's going to be Bram and Eddie Kingston that are going to hold the title, and probably James Storm wants the heavyweight champion, so it makes sense. Just like when, you know, what's this guy name again? That Filipino guy, I already forgot his name, holy shit. TJ Perkins and Abyss, when they were in the Revolution, that faction where you had Abyss and Shira being tag champions, or TJ Perkins or whatever the fuck, but I'm guessing that's how it's going to be. And the show ended with a Matt Hardy segment where basically Matt Hardy is tired of people telling him to delete and eat or obsolete and all of that shit. And then he asked the 9 deities for a sign, or then he corrected himself, the 7 deities for a sign, and then he got he got struck by lightning and was broken once again. So the broken brilliance is back and is going to make his impact next week, I'm guessing. So good show, I really enjoyed it. I really liked what TNA is doing, and that's what they need to do. They just need to focus on giving a good show. Okay, they need to stop trying to be better than the other companies or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Just keep on giving us good show. You know, you're already on the map, you already have the attention of a lot of people. You would think people don't watch TNA, but they do. Okay, the viewers, the numbers of the viewership maybe won't prove it, but people still watch. Okay, especially wrestlers. You would think they don't, but they do. Even these fucking haters, these so-called TNA haters, they still watch it. They bitch, they talk about how TNA is this and that, but believe me, behind closed doors, they still watch this shit. Okay, they still do. Alright, so, but that is about it. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share if you want to. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next week.